Good morning, traders, and welcome to NewsWare's Trade Talk for Friday, March 13th. Okay, let's get into the action. Take a look at the S&Ps, which are trading higher. We're up 0.42%, 0.4%. Not bad after yesterday's action. This is kind of positive. I mean, the Middle East headlines continue to drive the market. That we're monitoring those events very closely, particularly around the Strait of Hormuz, which is largely being closed to most traffic, although Iranian cargo ships are still moving through the waterway as they are delivering goods to China, I read this morning. Markets are also going to be paying attention to this 8 a.m. news conference from Defense Secretary Hegseth and the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, Kane. They're going to be looking for updates on the Middle East situation. On the economic front today, we get the GDP, we get the PC data coming out. This is inflation readings. They're not going to be too crazy because the fact is that we're dealing with, with stuff in the past. Like the GDP is supposed to come in a tick higher than what it was. This is the second reading of the fourth quarter GDP, and the PCE inflation's, this is a delayed report, so I can't really put a whole lot of attention on it. But it is an inflation report. We will be watching it closely. President Trump, meanwhile, he's continuing to ratchet up pressure on the Federal Reserve because he wants them to lower interest rates at next week's meeting. I mean, it doesn't make sense, but he's pushing for it. But apparently, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, he's scheduled to fly to France this weekend, and he's going to be meeting with China's vice premier, for talks Sunday and Monday. What do we have on the corporate side? ByteDance is reportedly assembling computer capacity outside of China and using high-end chips from who? NVIDIA. Amazon moving their Prime Day sales event from June to July. Remember, that used to be in June. They moved it to July, and that elevated that quarter. But now they're pushing it back because apparently they're, I'm thinking anyways, that they're worried about sales in the second quarter. Green Dot came out, and they're delaying their financial reports. GDOT, that's not good. On the earnings front, Adobe, Ultra Beauty, PagerDuty, they're all trading lower after releasing their earnings. On Monday morning, we got a number of reports coming out. We got Scientific Applications, we got KE Holdings, BEKE, we got Cementech, we got Dollar Tree and VNet Group all scheduled to report. Okay, let's take a look overseas and see what the action is over in Europe this morning. And the DAX was lower. I mean, we did see a weaker DAX. I mean, it was down like 1%, but it has since turned positive. It is now up 0.12%. Same with the FTSE. The FTSE was down over 0.5%, and now it's trading higher by 0.2%. It's up 0.22%. And the CAC in Paris is higher by 0.8%, and it was down like 0.9% early this morning. So this is, kind of this turnaround is actually very positive for these European markets. Now we're taking a look over at Asia last night, and Asia saw losses across the board. The Nikkei fell 1.16%. It had weakness in tech in the auto sector, which really drove that index lower. Hong Kong fell 0.98%, essentially 1%. Market its third consecutive weekly decline. Tech stocks were weakening, and that was the issue there. And then Shanghai in China, the composite fell 0.82%, due to weakness in tech and auto stocks. Meanwhile, the White House opened investigations on the Section 301 of the Trade Act of 1974, which is not really positive, but, we'll have to see. There's meetings coming up this weekend between Secretary Bessent and China's Vice Premier. We could get some clarity Monday morning as to what they're talking about. And now we're looking at oil, and oil is lower. I mean, we got oil. WTI is down 2% to $93.78 after yesterday's big gain. Brent is down 1.15% to $99.30, under that $100 mark. The fact is it's all about the Middle East. And, Iran is engaging in economic warfare, not military warfare. They can't compete with the U.S. and Israel in terms of their military. So their next best solution is to make this a global issue, not a regional issue, in order to, cease hostile actions. And by blocking the Strait of Hormuz, that they're essentially doing that. And you got to remember, what they're doing over there is actually, very difficult to defend. I mean, they're using these high-speed boats, and apparently they still have like 80% of their fleet. Well, the U.S. has knocked out their bigger ships. The smaller boats still exist, and then these things can lay mines. Then there's rocket launchers from shoulder missiles, RPMs and RPGs, and then there's land-based drones that can hit any type of vessel going through that strait. So it is effectively still closed, but we'll have to wait. We'll wait and see some developments. Okay, moving over to earnings, we got. This morning, we're going to start off with Adobe, ticker ADBE. Stock's trading lower. It's down 8% this morning. They delivered a beat of 19 cents. They did that on higher revenue. Ultra Beauty also came out last night. That stock's down 7.8%. They missed by 2 cents. They did it on higher revenue. The report wasn't good. Upcoming on Monday morning, we got Dollar Tree, ticker DLTR. Their EPS is $2.53. Expected move is 10.10%. VNet Group, they're also coming up Monday morning. Their EPS is 4 cents. Expected move is 13.06% when they release. Now we're moving over to the economic reports, and the economic calendar today is rather active. I mean, we got the GDP at 8:30. We got at 10 a.m. We got consumer sentiment. That's the University of Michigan numbers. Also at 10 we got the JOLTS report, which typically comes out on a Tuesday, but it's coming out on a Thursday today. Also, you get the durable goods, PCE. They're due out this morning as well. Now these are delayed reports, so I can't put as much attention or focus on them as I normally would. And then we got a Fed meeting next week. That's going to be a big one. We get a summary of economic projections, the dot plot at this month's meeting. That'll be interesting to see. Okay, we're moving over to the markets, and we're taking a look at some of the stocks making moves today. We're looking at Apple this morning, and Apple's reducing its App Store fees in China because it's got too much pressure coming on it from Beijing. They can't keep collecting these outrageous VIGs, so they're going to have to start reducing them, and they're ready to start reducing them apparently. Amazon Prime is raising concerns about drones in airspace. I mean, yeah, you put a drone over somewhere like Texas where everybody has guns. I mean, it's target practice, and you get a prize if you hit it. So I'm not surprised if they're concerned a little bit about it. Meta Platforms, Meta's delaying launches of its Avocado AI model. Tesla on track to avoid a 4-week losing streak due to the China sales data, which is helping the stock. In terms of Dow Jones 30 stocks, we're talking NVIDIA. ByteDance is in talks to use 500 NVIDIA Blackwell system chips in Malaysia. It gets around the China embargo. Boeing was awarded a $2.34 billion Air Force modification contract. Meta and Microsoft are committing to $50 billion in additional data center leases. Wow. In terms of merger news, Netflix is looking to spend up to $600 million to buy that AI startup of Ben Netflix. In terms of guidance news, Centennial One sees Q1 adjusted EPS from 1 to 2 cents. Street estimate had it at 5 cents. That's a big downtick. Ultra Beauty sees full year 2026 EPS coming in $28 to $28.55, where the street estimates were $28.57. That's a downtick. All right, now we're going to move on to our pick of the day. I got to go with Dollar Tree, DLTR, David, Larry, Tom, Richard. I mean, earnings are up Monday morning. Before the bell. EPS is $2.53. Expected move is 10.10%. Yesterday's call volume, 3,150 versus 2,447. Positive. Open interest is 51,000 to 48,000. It's edging on the call side, but not significantly. Still like some caution in the air. Major brokers do like the stock. They're a little cautious on it. The environment's not great, but I always feel like in an environment, an economic environment that's not great, it leads to better opportunities in these discount retailers like Dollar Tree, and that's why, so I'm kind of positive on Dollar Tree. And plus, you get the Christmas sales coming in there. So, listen, I'm looking at Dollar Tree this morning as my pick of the day. In terms of an entry price, I'm going to say $11.50. Somewhere around that age, give or take 25 cents, but $11.50 plus or minus 25 cents. That's my pick of the day. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about the stocks hitting the tape this morning. See if we see anything significant. Iran conflict could prolong well into the spring. Putin might be helping Iran a little bit. I'm sure he is. Honda cancels launch development of EVs planned for production in North America. Adobe says retail traffic from large language models increased 7 times during the holiday season. Robinhood reports February total platform assets of $314 billion. IMMP halts its phase 3 lung cancer trial. Adobe CEO's leaving, that's why the stock's dropping. Wait for it to drop, 7% and 8%, and it should rebound after the first, hour of trading. Starbucks may be neglecting the financial and reputational risks that stem from labor disputes, according to 2 advisory firms. That's all I'm seeing this morning. Okay, now we're moving on, and we're talking about yesterday's pick of the day, which was Titan, Service Titan, TITN, TTAN, Tom, Apple, Nancy. I mean, listen, it just missed. It was a bad pick. I mean, stock opened 78.54, fell to 73.10, closed at 75.65. It never caught any fire. Earnings weren't great either, but listen, I am not right every day. I hold at a 90% success rate, but every once in a while I get a miss. Here was one of them. But that concludes today's podcast, traders. You guys know what to do. Let's go out there and let's make some green.